Hello. Alright. Today, I didn't really say I did anything today. Uh, I don't think I really did. I didn't do, I didn't do anything extra today. No, this morning sucked because, barely, it couldn't have been more than 2 or 3 hours after I went to sleep. One of the dogs came up and woke me up with his whining. I haven't learned my lesson apparently because I was too tired again and I ignored it again. And then I woke up later to do the same whining and it was daylight, just barely. It was like 5 in the morning, and it stunk. So I found the pile of poo that he left. It wasn't Siren this time. It was another dog, another little impish black dog. My sister's dog. In fact, I'm taking care of him for a minute. But we have three dogs in this house. There's Atlas, there's Siren, and there's Josie. Josie's big, brown, and old. She's a chocolate lab. Atlas is a little black lap dog. We don't really know what he is. We think he might be part Basenji, but as far as his breed, we're not sure. But he's a little lap dog, and those are the other two dogs. Of course, you should know about Siren. He's my little Siberian husky. He's dark too. He's black too, with of course the husky white highlights and such. He's got little eyebrows. It's adorable. But Atlas is apparently now experiencing stomach issues. So the lesson I need to have learned is that if a dog wakes me up whining in the middle of the night, I need to dedicate myself to becoming awakened so that I can take that dog out so that they can relieve their aching tummy of all its disgusting contents, liquidy contents, and then come back inside tiredly and try to get back to sleep okay. That would deliver a more happy ending and probably less, if not completely no mess. Unfortunately, I didn't do that. I waited until it was daylight out until I could wake up and or at least get up feeling somewhat awake and alert. Clean up. Luckily, it wasn't in his cage. I don't think he got messy. I don't think he stepped in his own poo. I don't think. Because otherwise, I'd have to give him a bath, and he would. Uh, he's a little bit more unstable than the other dogs because he's a rescue, and I think he had some issues at whatever shelter we got him from. I wasn't part of that process. And he's not really my dog, so but I've been taking care of him. I've been walking him just as much as I've been walking the other dogs, except Siren last night. I walked Siren an extra time last night because I was worried about his tummy. His tummy does seem to be feeling better. His poops are solid again, and Atlas's are not. Atlas is having a rough time with his poops. It's like Siren was a few days ago. So I just walked both Siren and Atlas again for the last time tonight. Late as it is, it's past 11. And so that part I should be safe with, right? That should be good because now I'm going to go to bed soon, and that should be enough. But I've digressed. I'm just telling you I'm really hoping that I don't have another mess tonight because I want a good night's sleep. That being said, I don't have an early shift tomorrow. It's a little bit later, but it's still a day shift, and it's a shorter shift. And it's bound to be a busy one, but it's bound to be easy. We've got a lot of people today, or tomorrow. But continuing with today, I cleaned up the mess. I went back to bed, slept as long as I could before my alarm came on, which was like an hour or so. And then, I don't know, I snoozed it, but yeah, I had to get up anyway, take the dogs out again. Suffice to say, I was not feeling very good this morning. I felt very underslept. And my morning had gotten off to a really wrong side of the bed type of day. So I gave myself like a little extra boost of caffeine and got ready and left for work. Work was long, wasn't all that busy, it wasn't all that hard. And though I started off with a pretty sour mood, I ended feeling okay. That being said, D&D was canceled today. Another mishap. Someone got sick this time. Last time somebody was underslept, this time someone got sick. So no D&D again. Gotta wait even longer to experience the next part of the story. I'm venting. I did no more, no more work on the Stolas mask like I said I would. No writing, no drawing, no reading. I did gotta get on like a new social media app, because it looked neat, and I saw stuff about it yesterday, I think, and I decided to try it out. I've met one or two characters on there that well, they've been nice. But it's the internet, right? Never really know who you're talking to. People can lie about their ages and profile details. So, be very chill. Don't get too incredibly personal. But, yeah, no, I've been having fun with that app, and that's pretty much what I've been doing. You okay, Siren? I think he leaned on his elbow or something. He just let out a little yelp. No, yeah, I've been playing with that app a lot since I got home. And I started watching a new series on Netflix. The series on Netflix is not new to Netflix, but it is something I've seen some clips on YouTube about, and I actually wanted to watch the whole series. And it's a very fascinating series so far. Hasn't given me a lot of new perspectives, I'd say, but it has been a fascinating story arc, I guess. Arcs. And anyone who's familiar with it, it's called The Sandman. It's about the kind of dream god guy going about, getting trapped and losing his stuff and trying to find his stuff and being all mystic and somber, and I don't know, it's really neat. I like it. I always like seeing things from uh, perceived perspectives of gods, different shapes and forms, and their interactions and opinions with mortals. Those are always fun perspectives. I like those stories. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I had dinner and all that. And that's what I got up to today. So yeah, no, I would say I didn't do anything really productive today. Uh, I do not feel extraordinarily fulfilled. I did like exploring the social media app, so that was fun, at least. I had some fun today. But ruminating about not getting stuff done, like I always do whenever I don't get stuff done, and even sometimes when I do. I want to try a crazy goal for each day, a crazy, stubborn, yes, I must make this the thing I do today type thing. Because as it stands, even though today was a no. Uh, from when I began to now on these journals, I have made extraordinary progress, making almost every day lately a yes. And I am proud of that. I'm glad I've been able to make that sort of leap. So I want to commit a little harder to the things that I have been trying to practice. And so I am going to make a stubborn effort to get that thing done every day. I'm going to read, write, and draw at least every day. That's the goal. Now, here's the stubborn part. I only have to, by my ruling, to count, like, to have it count. I only have to read one sentence, write one sentence, or spend 5 minutes drawing something to make it simple, to make it easy, even though something so small as that shouldn't really count. I'm going to try to start small and then develop. And hope it develops is more like it, because I'm not going to go like, oh, I'm going to change my goal week after week to 2 sentences or 10 minutes of drawing or something like that. A whole doodle. I don't know. No, I am just going to make it every day, spend at least the smallest amount of time, or do the smallest amount of thing in an effort to get the things done, get the things practiced that I mean to practice. So reading, writing, drawing, the big 3 on my channel here, except for videos, of course. Those just take time. It is what it is. But yeah, reading, writing, drawing. Do a little bit of all those things every single day. And that's going to be my petty trying to make every day a yes sort of thing. Now, that being said, there is almost exactly a week until I go to Comic-Con or Fan Expo. So I've got to also dedicate every waking hour I can to achieving full preparedness for that, as I desire to. I meant to start today, and of course I didn't. Got distracted. But yeah, no, I just got to print out a bunch of harnesses. I got to design a crystal for voice actress for Luna, voice actor for Angel Dust, and the creator of the show herself, Lizzie Pop. And I'm going to make all this effort, even though I have no idea if I'm going to manage to give every single one of them something in a week. But yeah, these things, they don't take long to print out, and they don't take long to take the supports off of what supports there are, anyway. I can probably do all that in a day, all the crystal business. I can probably get all that done in a single day. I still have to paint parts of my Solus mask. I still have to smooth out parts of the back. And if I still plan on doing it, I still have to print out a whole other Stolas mask and prep it, make it all work. So that's what I'm going to be spending my after time tomorrow doing. Of course, I'm going to try to get my oil changed tomorrow after work. And then I'm going to, once I do that, get home and get straight to work on the Stolasing. Right, Stolas stuff. And I might go and do my reading, writing, and drawing stuff later after that. As far as the reading, writing, drawing thing goes, I am probably going to be writing more like a paragraph, because that's just kind of how my writing sessions go. If I get started, I don't stop for a minute, because I just kind of get in the zone. Same goes for reading. You know, I kind of got to read like a whole page at least uh, to absorb what knowledge I get. Like if I just go and read a sentence, I'm just like the next time I open the book, I'm gonna have to read that sentence again because like not only am I gonna have to find my spot on the page, remember everything I had read up until that point, but I'm also going to I have to continue reading, and reading one little sentence doesn't really integrate that little load of focus. So odds are it's going to be a lot more like write a page, read a page, and doodle for an hour because I'm picky. Even though I haven't really made a drawing I'm fully satisfied with, I've made a drawing or two that I am sort of satisfied with and kind of proud of for, the progress that I've made. So yeah, the idea, I guess, is to hack myself into believing it's just going to be a snap moment and then it just, me going about my usual patterns of continuing. At least that's the thought. So, I went over today, I went over tomorrow. Here's Siren, resting in all his glory against his cage. He has so much room in there. He's only taking up half of his own floor space, if that. But apparently he's in a cozy position right now, so I'm not going to judge him too much. He had a snuggle real good with me today. He's not much of a lap dog. He has too much energy for that. Little puppy he is. But he crawled up onto my lap today and took a little rest there for a minute. He got back down pretty soon after. He doesn't lap dog like Atlas does. When you let Atlas on your lap, he's staying there as long as you pet him, and then sometimes he'll just like snuggle hard onto you because that's just how he begs for pets. He will give you good hard snuggles, and he's very adorable at doing it. But Siren's just so soft. His fur is so fluffy. He's like a plush. All I ever want to do is hug him. And usually he lets me, which is nice. But that's everything. So thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share with me your thoughts in the comment section below. Share me with your friends, family, etc. Anyone you know who you think might be interested in my content. Please help me expand my channel. I'd very much appreciate it. Good night.